and have at it.
All right. I guess I hope everyone learned a lot last time. I know we might have some recovering noobs. So hopefully today with my persuasion, I can put you on the right path to being a little bit more awesome. So today we're going to talk about net neutrality. I'm going to show you that net neutrality is hazardous to basically the entire internet, to our economy, due to the destruction of economic incentives, and also unnecessary due to the fact that the free market is already doing the same types of regulation that net neutrality would impose. So what is net neutrality? Literal definition, a level playing field for net transport. It refers to the absence of restrictions of priorities placed in the type of content carried over the internet by the carriers and ISPs that run the major backbones. It states that all traffic be treated equally, that packets are delivered on a first-come, first-served basis, regardless of where they originated or where they're destined. Basically, no discrimination of content, no paying more for certain services, etc. So good things, not necessarily something we need to impose. Here's a little bit more crude definition. This is the ISPs, FCC says they're conspiring against us, they're out to take over the world. There's the FCC coming to save the day, save the internet, telling the ISPs how to use their own services, the own landlines they designed and own themselves. They have the right to do that. The FCC does have the right to do that, but should they do it? So what is tiering and why should you care? Well, you should care because the internet is serious business, as you can see here. Think of tiering, think of priorities. Some data might be more important. We can categorize data. We'll say cats. Funny pictures of cats, very necessary on the internet. That goes first. These other categories can go next. As you can see, this is Maslow's hierarchy of internet needs. This is what you would call quality of service tiering. It's saying that some data, more important, needs to go first. You'll see this in private networks. Well, they're all private, but a network at home or a network in a business, they run more efficiency. It's like you're increasing the supply of internet to more important things and leaving the less important things to go later. So quality of service versus tiered service. Tiered service is what net neutrality advocates want to scare you into believing exists currently or will exist into the future, and that is that basically internet services would charge you a low fee for their corporate sponsors, things that help them. Next, maybe Google and Yahoo, things you would need, and then say blogs or YouTube, they're going to charge you even more for that content because they have the ability to do that. It's their lines. So it's not happening. Again, there's no regulations. It's still not happening. Why would you want a tiered service? You probably don't in the short term, and that's because it would probably cost more. Again, you don't want to spend extra to read a blog. Quality would probably decrease in the short term, and this is what net neutrality cashes in on. You want to be able to access everything. It's not fair. It's all communication. So a form of this actually does take place, and that's just only to stop spam right now and illegal attacks. Obviously beneficial. All of these things I'm going to go into more detail in, but we'll say for now, in the long run, higher quality service lines would come from tiered service, more efficient allocation of network resources, efficient communication, more investment in infrastructure, incentives, and less tax money spent on legislation, frivolous legislation we don't need. So these tiering statutes would likely be a form of price control, which affects supply. And basically saying you can't charge this way, you can't offer this service, it reduces profits, potential profits. That means a business isn't going to reinvest, improve their infrastructure, improve the lines, improve the connectivity, make it more stable in order to sustain that because they don't have incentive to do so. They're not going to make any more money. So they result in shortages. I know you guys have probably been through microeconomics, just real simple. As you increase supply, this moves here. More quantity for the same price. That means the equilibrium shifts here, price goes down. More supply, less price. The opposite applies too. Less supply, higher price. So we can see that, again, profits are incentive for a business to do anything, for businesses to even do business. So as you can see, an example of that in the history, according to the Ohio Broadband Council, we actually went from 3 to 50 million connections between 1999 to 2005. There were profits in internet service providing. So they came in and they supplied it. The more suppliers we had, the cheaper every good is, because there's more for all the money we have to spend on it. So, let's see. So basically, if ISPs can increase profits off tiered service, sure, it might cost more at first, but businesses would see, well, there's profits here now. I should make money over here. They come in, we get more competition, we get more supply. Prices are dependent on that. So this guy over here, he got his profits capped, not making any money. He's moving back in with mom. He's not providing us good internet anymore. So basically, to sum a lot of this up, net neutrality is a poor answer to problems we simply just are not facing. Currently, there are no net neutrality regulations in the US. There are some in Canada. We don't have this tiered service that net neutrality advocates are trying to tell you we're going to have, that we're facing. And the reason is that the open market takes care of this. It's unprofitable for a business to do a tiered service right now. Think of it this way. I'm a blog. I want people to read my blog. So why would I choose to be hosted on a network that's going to discriminate my viewers? It doesn't make sense. I'm going to go to a network that doesn't. And in competition, there are businesses that are going to take advantage of that. So again, they have to compete. No one wants this. There's no demand for a market that's tiered. So for internet that's tiered. So exception to that is monopoly. If all the internet service providers, it was all in their same self-interest to do that, that would happen when we have antitrust laws. So basically, as you can see, it's uneconomical, and there's no incentive for anyone to do that in the open market without regulation.